Question number 9, Dr. Russel Norman.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Climate Change and asks, what is the range of potential costs to the government resulting from New Zealand's current forecast for increasing net greenhouse gas emissions for the period 2021 to 2030, as reported in Treasury's climate change briefing dated 6 October 2014?
Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Tim Grosser.
Well, the range of figures contained in the redacted part of that now rather dated document were between 0.3 and 0.8% of GDP, and crucially, even at the very highest levels of carbon prices used, took no impact whatsoever on our emissions. Happily, I can inform the member that a lot more professional work has gone into modelling since then, and only yesterday we've published modelling which has involved a range of agencies, including the New Zealand Treasury, which puts the cost of a -5% target between 20 and 2030 at the rather more reasonable cost of $3.6 billion. Not a small sum of money, Mr. Speaker, but not nearly large enough to meet the member's political narrative.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Dr. Russel Norman.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Well, then, in light of that answer, what exactly did Treasury get wrong when they said in this paper that the cost to the government of not cutting our greenhouse gas emissions was up to $52 billion, as Treasury said in this paper?
Mr.
Honourable
Speaker,
Tim Grosser.
I think what the Treasury got wrong was they didn't use sufficiently sophisticated software to conceal the redacted information.
Supplementary question, Dr. Russel Norman.
It's nice of you to admit that, Minister. Why is it that the government's climate target consultation paper makes the unsubstantiated claim that the annual cost of cutting emissions is up to $1,800 per household, but it doesn't happen to mention Treasury's rather detailed analysis, which says the cost of not cutting emissions is up to $3,400 per household if we don't cut emissions?
Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable Tim Grosser.
Well, we'll let modellers debate the relative merits of these models. What we've done is commission a first-class piece by Infometrics with all the agents involved, and the figure they've come up is the figure the member mentioned.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Dr. Russel Norman.
So is the Minister finally admitting that the redacted number in this paper for the cost to the government of not cutting emissions is up to $52 billion?
Mr. Speaker.
Tim Grosser.
No, I am not verifying that. That was a matter of a so-called independent forecaster drawing two dots together that really should never have been joined together. I recommend to the member and the members of this House that they look at the very professional analysis that we put on the Ministry of Environment's website only yesterday.
Question number 10, Brett Hudson.